Bookkeeping is super important for any business, but especially a small business, because every transaction matters. Hi, I'm Erin Kezar, and I am a staff accountant here at CSI Accounting Payroll. I've been working here since 2019. A lot of people wonder, what is a staff accountant? And it's essentially a bookkeeper. When a small business hires an accounting firm like CSI, we are completing their bank reconciliations every month, making sure their loan balances are up to date in their books, and we are reviewing their financials for accuracy. We're working with a very large variety of businesses. Some examples are Montessori schools, home health care, construction, dance centers, coffee shops, auto repair, the list goes on. Working at an accounting firm versus doing bookkeeping for one small business is definitely different and brings its own challenges, because you're doing the books for 60 plus clients and 60 plus small businesses. Every small business is different, every company is different, and they all have their own needs. So it's definitely challenging to kind of get acquainted to each client, getting to know them, communicating with them, especially getting to know their communication style, because if they prefer texting, okay, I'll shoot you a text with a question that I have on a certain transaction. On a typical day, I come into the office, say hi to a couple coworkers, drink some coffee, and then I start on my bookkeeping. So I generally process 2 to 3 clients per day, depending on the complexity. And that involves retrieving source documents and bank statements, importing any transactions into their software that isn't in there yet, reconciling their bank and credit card accounts, and then just reviewing their financials for accuracy. The main reasons business owners hire someone like us to do their accounting is just because they're busy doing their business owner things. They don't have all the time to ensure accurate, up-to-date books for their business. Another reason is just to be more proactive versus reactive, having knowledge of where you stand at any given moment. We're going to tell you objectively what you should or shouldn't do, how each business decision may affect your bottom line and your taxes for the next year. It's like going to the doctor for a checkup, but for your business. What I would classify as an easier, less complex client would be just that they have a simple chart of accounts, which a chart of accounts is just essentially a list of all of their asset, liability, expense, income accounts that you can categorize something to. If they have a simpler chart of accounts, it's just easier to categorize their transactions sometimes. And if they have, on the contrary, if they have a more complex chart of accounts, it's you're kind of questioning, okay, which specific account should this transaction be categorized to? You have to ask the client more questions, probably. I would say definitely the difficulties are clients not communicating new bank or credit cards with us, and we all of a sudden see a credit card payment to an unknown credit card company. Just check with their staff accountant before making any retroactive changes, deleting transactions, altering an amount on a transaction, because those all create discrepancies in reconciliations and make our jobs a little bit more challenging. I think it takes some time for clients to, develop that trust with their bookkeeper and with their tax accountant. It definitely is a relationship at the end of the day. There are certain things that we need that they may question why we need it. Just them knowing that, we're the professionals, we need certain things to do our job. So we really want to get third-party access to all accounts, point of sale systems, payroll systems, bank accounts, credit card accounts, and then we can go in ourselves to retrieve those source documents with ease and not need to reach out to the business owner who's working hard every day on their business. Something my clients misunderstand is just that the staff accountants don't do the tax work. They don't do the S-Corp tax returns or the 1040s. And we do get a lot of questions about what's deductible and what's my bottom line and how can I minimize my taxes owed at the end of the year. And that's all questions for the tax accountant. I like the satisfaction of the books being balanced and everything being reconciled and everything being in its place. You know, I like to be very organized, so I think just seeing all my clients' expenses and just all of my clients' transactions in the place that they should be and knowing that they're there because I'm reviewing, you know, making sure I didn't make any mistakes, that just brings me inner peace. I'm very much a perfectionist, so it's a good job for me because I can be, you know, there's a place for everything. So it's definitely like an ideal job, I think, for a perfectionist.